everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a declutter for you. I have this big bag full of stuff that I've been collecting over the last couple months. So I've really been just decluttering everything in my bathroom, all my makeup, hair stuff, beauty stuff. So I just have this big random bag. Everything's very random in here, so I'm just gonna kind of start pulling everything out. Let me kind of put this up here. So everything's just, like I said, random. So I have several of these Ipsy bags that I don't really know what to do with. I think I got Ipsy for 6 months. I recently canceled Ipsy because I'm just kind of feeling overwhelmed with the amount of unused makeup and everything that I have, or stuff that barely ever gets used. So I canceled Ipsy, but I have a bunch of these bags. I think I kept maybe like one or two that I thought were cute, but then I don't really know what to do with the rest of these. So I have several. This is one of them. And then I have this mask that came in a BoxyCharm, I think. It was like this weird bamboo charcoal peel-off mask. You put the charcoal on, and then you put this lace, it's like black lace, and you put it on your face, and then you let it dry. And then like the lace dries into the charcoal, and then you peel it off, and it's supposed to exfoliate. It came with two. I think it came with enough for two. And then it had like a little, a bottle of charcoal stuff that you could continue to use if you wanted. I tried it once and it was very strange. It was just, I don't know, it was a weird experience. I thought it would be kind of like, interesting with the lace, but it was just a very strange experience, and it didn't exfoliate anything. It didn't peel anything off. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter the rest of that. Then I have, so if you watched my last eyeshadow palette declutter, I talked about the Zodiac palette, the first one and the second one. I talked about how I like them. They're really nice. They're good quality. The second one I don't love as much as the first one. And then I also talked about how I kind of wanted to depot them all, because I have a depotting tool, like a heater depotting tool. So it's very easy for me to depot. But then I said it might be, too much hassle because they're not magnetic. Well, I was bored and I ended up depotting them all. On this one, I only depotted the mattes. So I saved the mattes that I wanted, and then I'm going to go ahead and destash all of the shimmers. Now, the original one, the first one, I depotted all of those. I depotted all the mattes, and I depotted a few of the baked ones that I wanted. These are a nightmare to depot. Even with my heated depotting tool, it was a mess. Because the pans, I experimented on one of the ones that I didn't want first, of the baked ones. The pans are so cheap and thin that even with the heating tool, when I try to pry it up, they like bend in half, and then the shadows just crumble out. And the same with the mattes. I had a very hard time with all the mattes. So I spent a few hours depotting both of these, and then what I could salvage of them, I put into a palette. Was it worth it? Probably not, but I'm going to keep it because I did go through all the trouble. So, but the first one I depotted, it was such a mess that I had to just throw the whole thing away. So, but I did depot the first one. I depotted what I wanted from the second one, and what I could salvage from the two, I put into a palette. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the remaining baked shadows in there. This Beauty Wanderlust, I got this in I think it was an add-on. I got an add-on from Ipsy. I think it's really pretty, you guys. It's really nice. It's decent quality. I just don't think I'm gonna really reach for this. I used it twice. These mattes are nice. There's just not enough variety in here. And all of these shimmers, even though they're beautiful, they're like very metallic-y looking, they're beautiful. They're all too dark for my liking. I wouldn't really want to wear any of these on the lid. Maybe as like the lower lash line, to smoke up the lower lash line. But I really wouldn't want to wear any of these on the lid, and so there's just not enough variety in here. So I really slimmed down my my eyeshadow collection. I think I'm gonna do a updated shadow collection video maybe next. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this Hello Charmers by BoxyCharm. I talked about this in my last declutter, how I had only worn it once and I wanted to give it a try, but honestly I haven't worn it since then. I think it looks nice, it's interesting, but it's not anything that I'm going to reach for over anything else that I have, like my Viseart or my Jeffree Star or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it along while it's still new and someone else can use it. Okay, and then another one of the Ipsy bags. This one's really cute, but I just don't have any use for it. And then this one, another Ipsy bag. This one's kind of cute too, but again, I don't need, you know, hundreds of these bags. Okay, and then this one is actually from BoxyCharm from a couple years ago. I'm never gonna use that, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Another one from Ipsy. This one's cute, but you know, I have no use for them. And then this one, cute again. I just, you know, don't have a use for it. Okay, and then so when I decluttered a lot of my shadows, and then I used to have, so anytime I would depot shadows, and then I would have extras that I couldn't quite fit into my palettes that I was utilizing. I had all of these like cheapo things that I got from Coastal Scents that I got off of eBay years ago before I, you know, upgraded to my Adept Cosmetics one. And then these were always full of single shadows that they were extras or ones that I just didn't quite want to get rid of. And I finally, so my linen closet was full of, even though I've been decluttering my single shadows, you guys have seen since last year my declutters, I've decluttered tons of single shadows. There are still always tons of single shadows filling up cases like this in my linen closet that I just wasn't using, but I didn't want to part with. They were like, you know, multiples of the same colors that, you know, oh, in case, you know, that one, I use it up or it breaks and I need another one. So I was tired of it. So I finally just emptied out my linen closet. I got rid of, excuse me, you guys. Sorry. I got rid of all of my single shadows. So this was full. I got rid of it. I cleaned this out. I don't need this anymore because I don't want to hold on to any more shadows. So I'm going to get rid of this. It's going to go in the trash. It's really old. And you guys, and all of these Coastal Scents one, I'm going to throw these out. I have no use for these. And it feels so good, you guys, to finally have just gotten rid of all of those single shadows. It's like, it's very liberating. I feel so good, like not having those shadows in my closet anymore. Okay, and then I have several of these. These are from e.l.f. I got these years ago. They're like $1 each, so it's not like, and they're magnetic, and you can put single shadows in there. It has a nice mirror, and then you can travel with these if you want to travel. Just take a few eyeshadows. I kept a few of these in case I wanted to use them in the future, but I have way too many. I bought so many because back in the day I used to, it was before I had bought this off of eBay. I had bought these because I used to make my own single eyeshadows. It was really fun, but I had no way to store them, and so I used to keep them in these cute little quads. And then, you know, practicality, I outgrew these and upgraded to that, and I've since upgraded to my Adept Cosmetics palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all of these. Like I said, this is all just kind of random stuff. Okay, then sorry, it's my dog Dakota. Then I have a few brushes sitting here. I think I have more floating somewhere in the bottom. Oh, here we go. Let me kind of grab out as much of the brushes as I can. Okay, I think there's more floating around in there somewhere. So a bunch of brushes that I'm just getting rid of, that I wasn't using, that I've been holding on to as spares, as backups, whatever. I don't need them. Like that. I have so many brushes that I got from Ipsy, from BoxyCharm. This is that Murad scar treatment that I got last year during the holidays. Did absolutely nothing. I used the entire thing and did nothing. So I had this pitted scar on my nose, and all the reviews swore that this fills in pitted scars, which, surprise, surprise, it didn't. Okay, this Iconic London lip gloss. I'm just not into this. I think this one is the one that does the tingling, which I actually kind of like. I like that tingling sensation. It was nice. I'm just not really going to use this type of color. It's way too nude for me. And then I have, let me set that aside because I want to show that with something else. Another sparkly lip gloss by ColourPop. I have so many of these sparkly lip glosses that I just like, glitter sparkly, that I just don't wear. When am I ever going to really realistically wear glitter on my lips? I'm not. I love glitter on my eyes, but on my lips, I don't. I have several of the Rihanna minis that I've gotten over the last few months. I think I want to say I have like 6 of them. And those have, you know, some of them have glitter in them, but I love the formula in that. So I would wear those before I would ever wear any of these. So I have a lot of these glittery lip glosses I'm getting rid of. An eyeliner that I just don't use. I got in a box. Not really into liquid felt eyeliner. I'm barely into pencil eyeliner. I'm definitely not going to wear a liquid eyeliner. Empty. This is empty. I ended up getting rid of almost all of my ColourPops, and so this is an empty case. I was gonna keep this to travel with, and you know, if I wanted to put the few that I kept, if I wanted to put them in here, but I actually put them in a different case. So I'm gonna get rid of that case. Getting rid of the ColourPop, the Fame one. This was my reconfigured one. This one wasn't actually all the Fame. It was just random ColourPop shadows I stuck in here. Finally, just gonna get rid of these. I don't reach for these ColourPop shadows. I have other shadows that I love more. This one I got in my final Ipsy box. It's a Flesh to Flesh highlighting powder. I would try this, but it has one of the first ingredients is coconut oil. Why would you put coconut oil in a highlighter? I have no idea, so I can't wear that. I've got a couple of these Stila shadows that I'm getting rid of. You guys, these were such a waste of money. I used them a few times. They're beautiful. This one's like a rose gold one. I would wear this when I go to Disney because it matches like my rose gold ears, you know, Disney ears, and my backpack. And then this one's a pink one. But these dry up so fast, you guys. And these were like, what, 30 something bucks a piece? Such a waste of money. I wish I'd never bought them. I kept one because it's still in good shape. It's a white glittery one. So I'm going to try to get some use out of that one before that one goes bad. Another one of those. This one's Fairy Floss. I'm just going to get rid of this. I like it enough, but I just find that I haven't really been reaching for this one at all, and I don't really love that color. Okay, what's this? Oh, something's missing a top. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is lipstick that I got in one of my, I think I got it in my first Ipsy box. It's nice. I really like the formula, but I don't love the color. It's just a little bit too brown for me. I'm not going to reach for it. So I've worn it a couple times. I just didn't love it, so I'm going to get rid of that. This one, I hate to get rid of this one. This one is by Charlotte Tilbury. Came in one of those Sephora boxes that I got last year during the holiday, like the lip one. I don't own anything. I do own one other Charlotte Tilbury. I recently purchased a couple months ago the under eye corrector, but other than that, I don't own anything by Charlotte Tilbury other than this. And you guys, this lipstick is so bad. It's very Victoria, and it's so sheer. It does nothing, absolutely nothing. Like, it doesn't even like barely tint my lips. And that's such a shame that this is what they put in the box. Charlotte Tilbury, and this is what they put. So annoying. I was holding on to it because it's pretty, and I'm like, oh, Charlotte Tilbury, but if I hate the lipstick, why keep it? Okay, some more random lippies. I got this one when I did that video last year, or at the beginning of this year. YouTube's pick my makeup. I liked the formula on this, but I don't love the color. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, Pat McGrath mascara. This came in it's like a free sample that I got in Sephora. I used up a lot of it, not all of it. I never really use up mascaras because I use them so sparsely, like sparingly, that they go bad before I use them. I'm going to finally go ahead and get rid of this. This is my Wet n Wild pressed powder. I use this for my under eyes. I got a lot of use out of this. Really, definitely worth the money if you guys are on a budget, or even if you just want a good under eye setting powder for luminous. This is more luminous, but I have the other one by number 7, I believe is the brand, that I like just as much, if not more, and that one's new, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. But I did get a lot of use out of that, and I do recommend that. Definitely recommend it. Okay, some more glitter lippy things. Okay, this one I got in a BoxyCharm. I kept it because it's pretty holographic glitter topper, but I'm just not going to wear it. This one, Wet n Wild, I don't like the shade of this. This one is so pretty, you guys. What is this, Wet n Wild? Wet n Wild is so pretty, and it's called Amethyst. This is my birthstone. It's so pretty, but I just don't wear it. I've worn it a couple times, and I just don't like it because what happens is the lipstick underneath, your lipstick fades, and then you're left with the glitter. The glitter like clings to your lips, and you still see the glitter, so then you just have like glittery lips, and I think that's why I don't like wearing these glitter glosses. Okay, and then this is an eyeshadow. This is by ColourPop. What's this one called? Lucky Penny. This is one of their Supernova shadows, one of their cream shadows that I just never wear. A while ago I was in this phase where I bought like all of these like cream glittery shadow toppers, and I hardly ever wear them. I don't love the formula. I don't like, it feels weird putting like a cream on there, and then they get patchy. I don't know, it's just very weird. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This is a Too Faced like pink glitter lip gloss. Again, it's so cute, it's pretty, but I don't wear it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This is an eye serum, Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle by Juice Beauty. Got this in a Boxy Luxe last year. Really, really nice. Took forever to use this up. And actually, I don't even think it's empty, because every time I think it's almost done, I use it one more time and there's still product. It's still going, but I'm getting really sick of this. I've been using it for months and months and months. At least 6 months that I've been using it. And I have others that are unopened that I need to get to. So, okay, and again, one of these glitter toppers. This one is by BH Cosmetics. This one is beautiful. Really nice formula on these eyelights by BH Cosmetics. But I just wasn't really reaching for this. I think I wore this specific color once. Like that. An eyeliner, liquid eyeliner that came in a Sephora box, and I don't use it. 3 mascaras that I used, not necessarily used up, but used until they reached their prime. Okay, let's see. I thought I might have decluttered this already. This is AOA Studio, one of their eyeshadows. It's pretty. Again, it's a cream. I just don't really reach for these like creamy shadows. Especially, I don't really reach for singles that are outside of my single palettes. This one I hate to get rid of too. This is Marc Jacobs. This is Slow Burn. This came in a Sephora lip kit that I bought. I want to say it's been 2 years now, and I barely use this one, you guys. I've used it several times. Not several times. I've used it maybe like 4 times over the last couple years, and I just don't love the color. So I hate to get rid of it because it's Marc Jacobs and it's, high end, and I don't really have luxury makeup high end. Not a lot, but that's a stupid reason to keep this. If I don't love the color, then just get rid of it. Okay, this one is by Colored Rain, Your Treat. This came in a Ipsy add-on. This is supposed to be a highlighter. It's way too dark. So I did experiment using this as like a shimmery bronzer, and it actually worked pretty well. But I have so many bronzers that I really don't need to be using a highlighter as a bronzer. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's see, a couple of these, ColourPop. What are these called? They're jelly shadows. I had 4 of them, and I went to, I was, going through my shadows, decluttering, all of these like single type things, and all 4 of them were completely dried out, and I've only had them for a couple months. So I was decluttering all 4 of them, which I was kind of irritated about. But again, it's my own fault because I never really reached for these anyways. And then I decided to salvage them with my MAC setting spray, the Fix Plus, and it actually revived them very nicely. So I kept the 2 that I really like, the 2 that I actually do use or am more likely to use, and I'm still gonna get rid of these ones. So even though I salvaged them, I'm still gonna get rid of them because I don't use them, and they're gonna dry up before I use them again anyway. So okay, and then I'm gonna get rid of this. What are these called? Caviar sticks? What is this? Oh no, this one's by Nude. The caviar stick one I kept. This is the Nude sticks. Got this in a box. Really, really nice. It's just a color that I'm not going to reach for. I don't reach for these dark, coppery colors. They're too dark. Another eye tool. Let's see. This is an Empty Seche Vite. By the way, I forgot to mention that some of these are empties. They're not just declutters, they're empties. This one I'm finally going to get rid of. I've had this for several years now. This is Rodan & Field's Microdermabrasion Paste. I used to try a lot of their stuff because my sister sells, and I tried a lot of their different products. This was the only one that I loved enough to keep using, and this is such a good microdermabrasion paste. It's so good, such a good exfoliant. This is so old by now, I'm pretty sure it's going rancid. It doesn't list ingredients on here. It's only on their box, which is really annoying. But it's got like you exfoliate with it, and then it has a really smooth, moisturizing consistency to it, almost like it has lanolin in it. Like, if you've ever used lanolin, you know how it's got that really smooth cream. I can't describe it. If you've used it, you know what it is. It leaves that smooth feeling behind, but I don't remember what the actual ingredients are. But this is so good, and I would actually repurchase this, but I no longer have an account with them, so I don't have the discount code for it anymore. But I would highly recommend this if you guys are into Rodan & Fields and you've never tried this, or you're just into in the market for a really good microdermabrasion, this is really, really good. My favorite, honestly, that I've ever tried. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this NARS. I got this in a box. It's just the wrong shade for me, you guys. I just feel so uncomfortable wearing this. I wore this when I did Get Ready With Me, and I was so uncomfortable the whole day. Gonna finally go ahead and get rid of this Violet Voss Essentials. I like Violet Voss. I think their shadow quality is pretty good. I just never found myself reaching for this. It's just not cohesive enough to do a full look. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Well, I'm running out of space, you guys. I'm gonna have to start putting things behind me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I hate to do this. This is Bare Minerals. This is their Aurora Lights. It's their holiday palette from 2018. I wanted this, and I never got it. And then I regretted it. And then last year I found this on Poshmark for $29. I snatched it up, and it's just such a letdown, you guys. It's just so subtle, and there's not enough mattes in here. There's hardly any mattes in here. I think there's 1, 2, 3 mattes in here. That's it. And then you have all of these. Oh, I think one of these on here. I think that might be a matte too. And then the shimmers are just lackluster. It's just such a disappointment. I'm glad I didn't spend the full $60 on this palette and at least got it 50% off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I know it's time to get rid of that. These are my blush singles that I'm just gonna get rid of. I know I decluttered a lot when I did my declutter last year, and I narrowed it down to this one, but I just never reach for this, you guys. They're good quality. I have these Tarte ones in here, and then I have some Coastal Scents ones. These Coastal Scents blushes are actually really, really good, and they're like $1 something when they have their sales every year. So good, but I never reach for this, and it's ugly, and I don't know. I don't reach for it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, and then here's the other one that I can show you. These two palettes. Okay, so I had my Tartelette Toasted, and I had my Just Peachy Matte. And between the two of them, there's a lot of lapping colors, and I hardly ever would reach for either one of these. So I looked at the two. I decided, okay, I'm going to depot them all because they're roughly, I looked at them, they look like the pan sizes are the exact same. And I know the Tarte ones are magnetic. They depot very easily. So I depotted them both, and my plan was to pick between the two 12 to put back into the Tartelette Toasted. I wanted to keep the Tartelette Toasted palette. So I depotted these, and they depotted, but for some reason, I don't know what happened. I've never had this happen before. The whole thing just completely warped. It was the strangest thing. It was bizarre. So I depotted these. The package was ruined because the whole thing just warped. It was weird. So I couldn't use this. So I was like, all right, I'll just put them in the peachy one. So then I depotted the peachy one, and between the two, I kept the 12 that I wanted, and I think it turned out decent. The Tarte ones don't quite fit in here nicely, so you can see they like stick up, and then even some of the these are actually the peachy ones. These ones wouldn't fit back in properly. Even after I depotted them, they wouldn't fit back into their cases. And so the whole thing is just kind of ugly to look at. And honestly, I have these colors in my other palettes. Like I have these in or similar enough colors in my Viseart palettes, my Jeffree Star palettes, that I don't need to keep this. And every time I look at it, it's ugly. So go ahead and get rid of the Tartelette and the Just Peachy, which honestly I'm okay with because I was never using them anyways. So I don't feel too bad about having ruined them because I wasn't using them anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Rimmel, the Spice Edition. I think this is really nice, but I have the Too Faced, the Gingerbread palette, and yes, this one's slightly different. It's got, more purple tones, which the other one doesn't, but I just don't need to have them both, and I'm really decluttering my shadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, and then I have this $1 Billion Brows brow powder that I got in a box. I don't do brow powders. Gonna get rid of that. Another Wet n Wild lippy. I don't like this shade on me. It's too, I don't know, it's too cool tone pink. I don't like it. Another lippy. Another lippy that I got Wet n Wild. This one is Virgo. So there's the Virgo, and then there's Amethyst. Again, it's so pretty. And I don't do brown, but I was really drawn to this. I thought it was so pretty. And I don't wear it because, again, like I said, the lipstick fades away and then you're left with glitter on your lips, and I don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I got this in a Ipsy by Nomad. Nice quality, but this is too dark. It's supposed to be a these two are bronzers and these two are highlighters. This is way too dark as a highlighter, so I was using it as a shimmery bronzer, which is fine, but then that leaves like 3 bronzers and 1 highlight, and I don't need, 3 bronzers and a highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see. Finally gonna go ahead and get rid of this Pretty Poison. This whole thing isn't Pretty Poison, but it's all what is that brand even called? Bad Habit. This was just random depotted Bad Habit shadows that I put into this palette. Really, really beautiful. But you guys, I have my Viseart purples, and I have my Jeffree Star purples, and I have my Divina Cosmetics, my singles palette purples, and they just blow these out of the water. I never find myself reaching for this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Nothing wrong with these. These Bad Habit shadows I think are really good, but I just have shadows that I like more. So I'm tired of holding on to things just because they're good, and I feel guilty about getting rid of good quality things. Okay, this is Kokie Cosmetics, their foundation. This foundation is so good, you guys. I ordered this off of Sally's website several months ago. The only shade they had was 20C. They were out of the 10C. This was out of stock everywhere for months and months. So I got the 20C knowing that that was probably going to be too dark, but that I could mix it with a lightener. And I did that, and it worked fine. This foundation is beautiful. And then Kokie sent me an email a few months ago that they restocked their foundation. So I ended up buying the lighter shade. I bought an under eye concealer, and then I bought some nail polishes, and I love that foundation. But it's the right shade, so I don't need this. I'm not gonna waste my time mixing to make it lighter when I already have the lighter shade. You know what I'm saying? Really good foundation. This foundation is beautiful. So if you can get this in your shade, you should definitely get it. It's amazing. Okay, another eye topper that I used this a few times, and I thought it was really pretty. I was able to get it to work. I think the formula worked really well for me, but I just don't find myself reaching for it. So I'm gonna get rid of that. The thing is with a lot of these like eye toppers, you have to be very careful with them because they crease. And I think that's probably why I don't really reach for these. Even though they're beautiful, you just have to be really careful because they can crease. And I think that's why I never find myself reaching for them. Go ahead and get rid of this. Got this in a box last year. Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. I used not even half of it. I used maybe like a little less than half. This is an empty. This is a hand cream. This is an empty. I love this stuff. This is Working Hands. You can tell I like squeezed it to get all the by O'Keeffe's. This is so good for dry, cracked skin. I use this on my feet and my palms. Oh look, I don't know if you can see, but my palms are extremely dry. I need to use some. It works so good on cracked skin. This stuff is amazing. Tiny bit goes a long way because this is very greasy. So if you use too much, you'll be very greasy. If you use just the right amount, like look here, it even shows you to use just a tiny little drop. If you use the right amount, this will heal your skin. It's amazing. My feet are no longer dry and cracked. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this J-Cat Triple Crown Baked Shadow. I got this specifically as a highlighter. I watched a video last year where they talked about this one. This one is Dolce de Leche. Yeah, Dolce de Leche, as being a dupe for a high-end highlighter, like when you swirl them together. I can't remember what it is. I want to say offhand that it was Mary Luminizer, which I'm not surprised. That's why I'm getting rid of this. I don't love this. I think it's nice, but it's a little too goldy for me, and I never liked Mary Luminizer anyway, so there you go. Getting rid of that. This is really good though. If you want to use this as a highlighter, it's beautiful. The quality is really nice. It's just a little too gold for my skin tone. Another one of these eye toppers, these ones by Essence, are really, really good, but I never really found myself reaching for this color. An eyeliner that I just never really got to. I used it a little bit, but now it's, old. Another one of those Essence. This one's the gold one, really nice, but I don't like this shade of gold on my eyes. This Colored Rain, this one came in a boxy. No, this one came in an Ipsy. Mimosa Moment by Colored Rain. I think it's cute, you guys, but I don't know. It's missing something. There's no inner corner highlight. There's this matte banana color that I guess you would use as a matte highlight, but I don't know. There's just not enough variety in here. I wish it had a couple different colors in here that you could swap out. Like I wish in these mattes, these metallic shimmers are too dark for my liking. I wish one of them was like a champagne color, and then this one I wish was just like a softer, maybe like a pale gold, because then I would use it. This would be perfect as like a little, you know, just grab and go mini palette, but the colors don't work for me, unfortunately. Let's see, a couple more things. We're almost done. Okay, another shadow brush. And then this is Huda Beauty Lip Strobe. This came in one of my recent empties. This is so bad, you guys. I don't know, the color, like it's like a weird holographic, and I'm just not into that on my lips. And it's so weird. I don't know. Do you guys have this? Do you like these? I don't know. Don't like that. So get rid of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Fenty Beauty in Flamingo, I want to say. Yeah. Nice formula. It came in one of my, the Sephora lip kit that I got last year. I don't like the color. It's the same bordering on the same color as this. And it makes me uncomfortable, you guys. I've tried it several times trying to, you know, get outside my comfort zone, but it makes me uncomfortable. All right, guys, so that was everything. I'm going to lay everything out, and I'm going to take a picture, and I will put that up on the screen after this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.